Hey everyone, in the last week I moved across the country for residency. It's been a moderately stressful last week as we packed up our entire life in Arizona to move out to Ohio for the next 4 years while I do my advanced residency program in radiology. We drove through 6 different states to get to my new location, and we did it over the span of several days. We ended up stopping in New Mexico as our first stop to visit some friends that I had in medical school, and also my best friend who is also a nurse. She is engaged to a general surgery resident who's one of my best friends from medical school, and we ended up staying with them for 3 days. Mike, the general surgery resident, is an excellent barista, and he made us lattes every morning. He also has his own coffee roaster, so he roasted us a bag of coffee beans to take with us as well. During the time that we stayed with them in Albuquerque, we went on a hike as well as made a lovely dinner together. We have been working on pasta de limon. No, pasta y limon. This was one of my favorite things to do in medical school, was doing these dinner parties together with friends. So we ended up cooking a meal together and enjoying it with some wine outside. After a couple of days in Albuquerque, we continued along our way across the country, stayed in 3 different hotels, and ended up eating out often. One of the ways that I tried to save money during this trip was buying these bag salads and stopping along the way to eat out of the bag. You can add fresh cucumber or tomatoes to it to add some texture, but it just allows for a healthy meal and some fresh food, because often when you're on a long road trip and you're just eating out fast food a lot, it can start to feel like you're not eating very healthy, but having a bag salad really adds freshness to the long road trip snacks. It was interesting to see the geography change as we drove from the west side of the country to the east side. All of the beautiful mountainous desert terrain turned into the Great Plains, and it got greener and greener as we went out east. There's tons of large, beautiful trees out here, as well as beautiful flowers that I don't typically see in the Arizona desert. Another big change for us is that we moved from a house into an apartment. That's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. We're actually on the 3rd floor and there are no elevators, so we had to move all of our stuff up 2 flights of stairs. We did end up hiring movers to help with that. When we arrived in Ohio, there was actually a heat wave, so our movers were definitely struggling to try to get all of our stuff inside of this 3rd story apartment. Luckily, we got all of our stuff moved easily with the help of those movers, and we've been unpacking for the last week. The new apartment is very spacious. It's 1,600 square feet and has hardwood floors throughout the living room and the hallways. There's 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. We are minimalist, so we don't have a ton of stuff to fill the space. We actually ended up selling our couch before we moved here. So I've been on Facebook Marketplace and looking at furniture stores to see how we can furnish our living room. I'm thinking of a more mid-century modern minimalist style, and I actually put a prompt into ChatGPT with a photo of our living room and had it furnish my living room. And I'm going to go off of that photo. And I think that's all the furniture that we need to buy. And we'll need to buy patio furnishing because we have a very large balcony. And I'd love to be able to sit out there and have some coffee. So far in our new city, we've gone on multiple walks and we've checked out many gyms to see where we would want to commit a gym membership to. There's actually a gym that's in walking distance of our apartment, which seems hard to pass up. When it comes down to it, I think the best gym membership is the one that you're going to utilize. This gym is quite small and it's not as modern and doesn't have as many amenities as other gyms that we've checked out, but it's just so close. And we've been able to walk to it multiple times using a 1-week free gym membership that they've provided. I will say that this move has been quite an emotional time for us. First of all, it's been just really stressful packing up everything and moving it across the country. We've been tracking our stuff with Apple AirTags and watching our U-Haul U-boxes as well as my car go across the country. And all of Chris's family lives in our new city, so that's been really nice, but we've also been having to coordinate meeting up with them as well as showing them our new place. So between balancing all of that social time as well as trying to get settled in, and I start work next Tuesday, so just the thought of what's coming ahead has been quite overwhelming and stressful for the both of us. Chris has also been balancing trying to find a job and interviewing in this new location. Part of being a partner to someone in medicine is sometimes you have to uproot your entire life to move with them for residency and fellowship, and sometimes even medical school. And I've been really grateful that Chris has been really open to moving with me for this next step in my training. When we arrived here in Ohio, we have checked out a couple of different restaurants. My favorite thing to eat is Vietnamese food and brothy meals like pho. I have yet to find a pho that I enjoy here. Part of the complication is I am mostly vegetarian and sometimes I eat fish, so I don't eat beef broth, and most places don't have a great vegetarian pho. And often if they do have a vegetarian, often they'll use chicken or beef broth for the pho, so then I'm not able to eat it anyways. Part of moving across the country also means that you have to stop all of your services back in your old address and transfer all of your addresses. So that's another thing that we've been working on. We had to stop our gas, electric, and water service and start all of those services in our new location. We've also applied for a change of address on USPS. There's like a $1 fee to do that, and all of our mail will get forwarded to our new address for the next 12 months. There will be a lot of getting used to as we get settled into our new city, from finding a new dentist that we trust, a primary care provider, a new vet for Aria. As I have been editing this video and looking back on the past week of moving, I can't help but notice my exhausted voice and lackluster. There's a lot of sacrifice in medical training, and even though this is an outcome I wanted, I ranked programs outside of Arizona higher than the ones in Arizona. Part of me still wonders if I made the right choice. Leaving my family behind was truly difficult and will be something I feel as I go through the next 4 years of training without being able to stop in to hang out with my siblings or see my parents. Maybe I got too comfortable in Arizona and change feels unwelcome. I know this move will challenge me and push me to grow in ways that I will not be able to do without it. With that said, I do feel a sense of loss and will be working on finding my new community here in Ohio. When I get to these more difficult times in medical training, sometimes I wonder if it was all worth leaving my nursing career. And I think you'll need to ask me again in 4 years when I'm done with training. For now, thank you for watching and being here as I try to navigate my way.